Good evening and welcome to Sancta News. Catholics around the world are preparing for the start of Lent this Wednesday. For those countries under COVID-19 restrictions, the traditional distribution of ashes is not possible. In England, where churches are opened in a limited capacity, Cardinal Nichols is advising Catholics to mark the start of Lent at home. In a pastoral letter, he wrote, "My suggestion is this: celebrate Ash Wednesday at home, with your family, in the household or support bubble. Gather for a while. Read the prayer which I offer. Bless each other by making the sign of the cross on each other's forehead. Spend some time praying in a way that you know. But please, make this a prayer of your heart for God's mercy upon this world, struggling to cope with the terrible pandemic and the devastation it is bringing." To meet this logistical challenge, many parishes are discovering inventive ways to reach out safely to their flock.
This really is a Lent like no other. Many parishes are forced to find inventive ways to give out ashes to parishioners who are passing by on their daily exercise. Today we're in Holy Family Moss End, where the parish priest, Father Brown, has decided to package the ashes in sachets and give them to the parishioners.
It's been good so far, considering the message went out last night. We've had a good steady stream of people coming along, so we have 2 boxes, 100 packs in each box, and we're halfway through one of the boxes, so about 50 to 60 have gone. So we'll have another session this afternoon from 5 o'clock to 6:30, and hopefully we'll get the bulk of them going. If there's any left over, we'll put an announcement up onto the Facebook page inviting anyone to collect the surplus that's left. So I'm pleased so far how it's gone, considering the constraints we're having to operate within just now.
It's different, but I think it's great that Father Brown's actually get measures in place so to ensure the parishioners can get their ashes.
There's a wee sachet containing a teaspoonful of ashes. I don't have an abundance of them, so I've had to distribute them in small amounts. So there's a wee sachet with the ashes that have been blessed in advance for Ash Wednesday. There's a wee order of service, and the individual or family group can meet together, and there's a leader who will go through the service and somebody will apply the ashes.
In other news, a report in The Guardian at the weekend has highlighted that during the second wave of the pandemic, do not resuscitate orders were issued to patients with learning disabilities without their consent or that of their next of kin. This has been criticised by MenCap as shocking discrimination. The Guardian highlighted that NHS figures show that COVID-19 was responsible for 65% of deaths of people with learning disabilities. Speaking to The Guardian, Adel Harris told The Guardian that NHS exists to treat sick patients, not just non-disabled, and that the DNR move was unethical and without justification. In a similar vein, the Bishops of Ireland have spoken out against the so-called Dying with Dignity Bill 2020, which had been introduced in a Rictus Urn last year and is currently under scrutiny. The bishops call on the Irish Parliament to drop the bill, stating that acknowledging human mortality offers terminally ill people the best possibility of achieving a dignified and peaceful end of life. Whilst the bishops criticise the underlying false assumption of the bill that there is such a thing as a life which is no longer worth living, whilst also making those with terminal illness or disabilities feel like a burden. And finally to Poland, where the world's largest Gothic altarpiece is once again on display at Mariacka Basilica in Krakow, following a 6-year restoration project. Scaffolding was cleared away this month after conservators concluded their work on the wooden altarpiece, which features more than 200 sculpted figures. Hopefully, in the not too distant future, we'll be able to visit this ourselves, if all international travel returns to normality. Thank you for watching Sancta News. Good evening.